My travels have brought me to Charles City, Virginia and the Berkeley Plantation here in Virginia, and we're going to go in and see what plantation life was all about. This property goes all the way back to 1619 when a London company of 38 English settlers arrived and settled on what they called the Berkeley 100 on the north bank of the James River. This is the guest house, built shortly after 1726. Today, it serves as the site's ticket office and gift shop. This is the river side of the guest house. The plantation got its name from Richard Berkeley, one of the original founders of the settlement. And that's the main house. Over time, the Berkeley 100 became the property of the Harrison family, with Benjamin Harrison IV building this three-story brick mansion. Time for a percussion rifle demonstration.
A little bit of wadding in the ball. Keeps everything nice and tight.
How long is this going to be?
About 2 more seconds.
Oh, shit.
Alright, now for safety reasons, I'll be walking over here in the grass and I'll be yelling a warning, not so much for the ladies inside, but for the cat. And the percussion cap, just like the cat piano, goes on that little nipple, and now we're ready to shoot. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Then you have to do it all over again. Any questions? So everything about Berkeley Manor, inside and out, is to show you how rich the Harrisons were at this time. Has everyone been to Colonial Williamsburg? Well, then you've noticed that most of the old homes are made out of wood, while the Harrisons are building theirs out of brick. Not only is it brick, it is true brick. There's no wood in these walls. The walls are anywhere from 2 to 3 feet thick of solid brick, and that's pretty neat. Plus, the Harrisons had to hire a couple of people that knew what they're doing. One guy would be the guy that designed the place. The next guy would be the guy that actually made the bricks. All the materials for this home came from this site. We had our own pug mill down by the river, and as you can see, there are different colors, textures. Each brick had to be fired at a different rate with different materials to get the desired effect. Now, Berkeley happens to be the first 3-story brick home in Virginia. At the time, 1 story taller than the governor's mansion. I'm rich. It's also the first home in America to have the pediment roof, which is that simple triangle end. The Harrisons copied that idea from a church. And while he was over here, he falls in love with the girl next door, Ann Carter. Her father is Robert King Carter, owner of the Shirley Plantation. Now, it was an arranged marriage between the families, but he did care for her, so when he builds her the manor house, and he installs the date stone, if you notice, H for Harrison, B for Benjamin, A for Ann. There's a heart carved between the B and the A to show the world he loved her. Aww. And of course the house is completed in 1726. Now, one stormy day, Benjamin Harrison IV, along with 2 of his daughters, were closing the shutters in the manor house, preparing for a storm. When they reach this window here, a lightning bolt comes through that window, killing Benjamin Harrison, dead as a doornail, and 1 of his daughters. But wait, our story gets worse. The wife and mother, so distraught, she takes to her bed, she stops eating, she stops drinking, she perishes 30 days later.
Unfortunately, they did not allow photography inside the main house, with the exception of the basement, which serves as a museum. Here's another medallion like the one we saw earlier up on the side of the house. The bugle is believed to be the one that was first used to sound taps here at Berkeley Plantation during the Civil War. Numerous what look to be .58 caliber Civil War bullets. This gives you an idea of how the James River snakes its way upstream past the Bermuda 100 and the Shirley Plantation by Deep Bottom and Drury's Bluff, some 35 miles upstream to the city of Richmond. Lincoln reviews the troops here at Harrison Landing. At one time during the Civil War, there were 140,000 Union troops stationed here, and President Lincoln came here at least twice to review the troops and to talk with General McClellan. A still. Looks like the early pioneers had their priorities. Check out the cannonball embedded in the wall. This looks to be a separate kitchen for the main house. Let's look inside. This looks like the shank of a ship's anchor. I've moved out onto the grounds behind the house toward the river, where they have some examples of typical slave quarters.
In the summer of 1862, this estate where you are standing was known as Harrison's Landing. Taps was first sounded here at Berkeley Plantation in July of that year.
That is the James River and the Benjamin Harrison Memorial Bridge. That's the path back up to the house. Inside the portico is a plaque about the first Thanksgiving. It explains that pursuant to the company charter that brought the ship and settlers to the Berkeley 100, that upon the ship's arrival in Virginia, they were to give thanks to Almighty God, and that they shall do so on the same day every year thereafter. Thus, the American Thanksgiving holiday can be traced back to the Berkeley Plantation. It is a peaceful and beautiful scene here along the shore of the James. And with that, I'll wrap up this visit to the Berkeley Plantation here in Charles City, Virginia. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Until the next time, remember, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride, and thanks for watching. All right. My travels have brought us to Berkeley. Is it Berkeley Plantation?
In Charles City, Virginia.
My travels have brought us to Berkeley Plantation here in, I don't know where I am. Where am I going? All right, my travels have brought me to Charles City, Virginia. It is Charles City, right?
Yes.
Good enough.